Hello again, I'm Flavia Gesmerlan and I'm happy to guide you once again through this episode in which we will be learning how to address another common problem. Long explanations drain energy. By the end of this session, we will be equipped with 5 one-minute micro-activities that use the senses and quick decisions to lift attention without slowing the tour. Why activities that include the senses work? Because touch, smell, taste, sound, and small movements create fast memory traces. They lower mental load because guests do not only listen, they do something. Short, safe sensory moments are also inclusive. They engage guests of different ages, languages, and capacities with minimal words. Let's talk safety and hygiene first. Before any tasting or touching, make sure to mention allergens in one sentence, offer a quick hand clean option, and choose firm ground for stability. Keep tools simple. Leaves and herbs from the site, a small water bottle, a paper tissue, or a single-use cups only if tasting is appropriate. If ground is hot or uneven, demonstrate with your hand above the surface instead of asking guests to step. Now let's discover these micro activities. These are tiny guided actions that take 10 to 60 seconds. They use one sense, require almost no equipment, and end with one sentence that links to your sustainability message. Why they matter? Because they convert listening time into participation and turn low energy moments into peaks. How they serve you? They are repeatable, they are safe, and easy to place exactly where attention tends to drop. Let me walk you through 5 microactivities that you can implement right away. For number 1, we have the moisture tissue test. For this microactivity, prepare a clean paper tissue or a paper towel. Choose a spot of soil that represents the stop and try to avoid puddles. Hold the paper towel up and explain to your guests. I will press this paper tissue lightly on the soil and then hold it up. What do you notice? Dry or damp? This simple sign tells us how well this spot keeps moisture. Continue by stating the sustainability link in one sentence. For example, when soil stays slightly damp, we water less and plants are less stressed. Why something like this works? Because it's visible, it's fast, and it uses a common item. Guests who don't want to touch soil still get to see the result. Guests who do can engage in additional sense they can feel if that's appropriate. Our second microactivity is called the drip and watch infiltration. For this one, you have to prepare a small water bottle or a dropper and pick 2 adjacent surfaces, ideally mulch or straw and bare soil. Show the bottle or dropper to your guests and explain. I will drip 5 drops of water here on mulch and 5 on bare soil. Which side disappears faster? Give them a few seconds to watch, then prompt. What do you notice? Where did the drops go first? Right away, deliver the one-sentence sustainability link such as mulch slows evaporation and improves infiltration, so more water reaches roots. Why it works? Because the sound of the drip and the sight of the disappearing drops work together. It's calm, it's quick, and ideal for cue moments when people are already standing still. For number 3, we will talk about the wonky versus perfect tasting. For this microactivity, you have to prepare 2 bite-sized samples in or 1 or 2 mini cups of juice. One from wonky-looking produce and one from standard-looking produce. Keep portions tiny and safe. For safety, make sure you inform your group that if they have any allergies or prefer not to taste, they can skip it and simply smell the samples if they're more comfortable with that. As you hand them the 2 pieces of fruit, instruct them to taste the 2 samples and then ask which tastes fuller. Continue by explaining that the used produce would normally be wasted for looks, not for flavor. Give them 5 to 10 seconds to decide and then prompt them. Show me with your hand which you prefer, left or right. Right away, deliver your sustainability link such as choosing wonky fruit reduces food waste while keeping excellent flavor. Why this works? Because it turns an abstract idea, that of waste, into taste, invites a quick decision, and normalizes quality beyond appearance. This is perfect for any age or language level. Activity number 4 is called the foot feel hand hover. For this microactivity, you need to identify a safe, flat patch of mulch or straw next to bare soil. If footing is uneven or muddy, choose the hand hover version only. Bring your guests to the spot and explain. Gently step on the straw or hover your hand 2 fingers above it, then compare with bare soil. Which feels cooler? Once they answer, make sure to deliver a sustainability link, such as ground cover keeps the surface cooler and reduces evaporation, which saves water. Why it works? Because it converts mulch benefits into a body sensation, cool versus warm. It takes seconds and requires almost no language. The last microactivity we discovered today is called the waste sort flash. For this one, you have to prepare a clean paper napkin and a small plastic wrapper. If available, stand near a visible compost bin and the trash bag. Bring your guests to the spot and explain. In my hands, I have a paper napkin and a small plastic wrapper. Which one returns to soil here and which one must leave with us? Wait for the group's call and then say, exactly, napkin to compost, wrapper leaves with us. Once you validate their answer, don't forget to add a sustainability link, such as sorting in 5 seconds prevents litter, supports composting, and keeps the site safe for wildlife. Why it works? Because it's a quick call and response, models behavior publicly, and sets a norm guests follow for the rest of the visit. This microactivity is especially strong near exits or picnic spots. Now that we are equipped with 5 microactions, let's see where to place them. Use your 15-minute audit notes and place 1 microactivity before each predicted low. Why here? Because a short action raises energy right before it tends to fall, so the following explanation lands better, cues become engagement time, and talk-heavy stops become interactive. Now, let's see how to place them. For cues or waiting, use the drip and watch or moisture tissue. You can perform them while people watch without moving. For talk-heavy stops, start with the foot feel hand hover activity to activate the body, then speak 1 key line. For the food context or tasting stops, where hygiene is already managed, you can use the Wonky versus perfect activity. And for little prone areas, such as exits, use the waste sort flash activity to prime that responsible behavior right before departure. I would like to conclude this episode by giving you a few indications to make sure your tours stay safe and inclusive. When it comes to mobility, bring the action to the group. Use hand hover instead of stepping if necessary, and position demos at table height when possible. For those with sensory sensitivity, describe smells and textures aloud, offer a quiet pause spot, and avoid asking guests to close their eyes if balance is an issue. For those with allergies and dietary restrictions, make sure you say the allergen sentence before tasting and always offer a no tasting option paired with smell or sight. To manage language and age diversity, use short verbs and demonstrate first, then invite action. Pairing guests to help each other is also a good idea. And last but not least, be a catalyst for confidence. Let a child or a volunteer lead 1 microactivity, and remember that applause is a small but beautiful reward. In this episode, we explored 5 short sensory activities and learned why and where to place them so they boost attention instead of slowing movement. In the next episode, we will refine flow, pace, and wayfinding so your route breathes and bottlenecks disappear. Thank you for investing such care in your craft. Choose 2 small actions, try them once, and notice how the atmosphere shifts. Hospitality grows not through the dramatic reinvention, but through steady refinement, minutes, not months. Every gesture of clarity and kindness leaves a trace that your guests will carry forward. Thank you, and I will see you in the next episode.